I'm looking at some of your commentary, and some of you guys are talking about the former CIA agent that was on Sean Ryan's podcast, and I was looking at that as well. Let me see if I can show you that sound, because it's pretty compelling, pretty interesting stuff that she had to say about her concern and her feeling that there may be more coming. And I certainly hope that is not the case, but you can see that under the circumstances right now, everybody's quite worried. I do have it here for you, so let's see if we can bring this in. I think it's worth taking a listen to. So a former CIA agent, she goes by the Twitter handle @TPA Sarah, was talking about how she's concerned Al-Qaeda, ISIS may be coordinating some kind of multi-city attack in 2025. So this interview was done a couple of months ago and is now just coming out. Let's listen in with Sean Ryan.
How many people, how many fighters do you think we can expect in each attack?
Well, the 1,000 is all of them. So we're calling it, it's an Al-Qaeda planned attack, but within those 1,000 terrorists, some of them are ISIS, because they want ISIS to be blamed. I think the more of the fighter types are going to be ISIS, because then if they're caught, then they talk, I'm ISIS. I think more of the suicide bombers are going to be Al-Qaeda.
I think these attacks will happen simultaneously throughout the United States, or will they be one day here, next day here, another one over here next week?
So they want them coordinated. I don't know if coordinated means all at the same time, or if coordinated means we do it Monday, we do it Tuesday, we do it Wednesday, we do it Thursday, we do it Friday, just do 5 straight days. So, but they want it coordinated.
What kind of places do you think they're going to target?
So this is what's complicated. So Al-Qaeda's preference, as you can imagine, is symbols of the U.S. or anything that causes economic damage, right? So capital is a great symbol. I feel like bridges or any kind of public transportation always matters, because it puts costs against us and it causes fear. But here's where it gets complicated. So remember, the terrorists might have their goal is they're going to attack the metro in DC, right? But remember, some of these terrorists are going to be ISIS. And remember, they can change location. So the ISIS guy might go down the metro and say, there's not many people down here. I'll kill 20, but there's a event going on. I'm going to go up there, right? And because ISIS is a little different. ISIS just wants mass casualty. In my opinion, terrorists in general just leaving Afghanistan, a lot of them are coming up through the Darien Gap to the border. And there was a big push, right? Get in the U.S. while you can. Now, not all those Al-Qaeda's attackers, right? But they came in with fake Afghan passports. They came in with fake Syrian passports, fake Turkish passports. Those are the kind of the 3 preferences, because they're easiest to get. And then, if our Border Patrol agents, a lot of them haven't been overseas, right? If an Egyptian shows up at the border with a Syrian passport, is he going to know that person?
So, again, it's just speculation, but it's concerning. And so this is a time when I think, you need to report anything that you believe is suspicious. It's what the FBI is encouraging everybody to do. For a few years there, it felt like you couldn't, right? Because if you were reporting something, you might be misconstrued as somehow being racist. You're somehow profiling. And the truth is, you know what? If it's suspicious, you gotta say something. We have a duty. We have a duty to our country and to our fellow citizens. Again, that was Sarah Adams, who's written a book on Benghazi, and she was speaking with Sean Ryan on his podcast, former CIA agent who has studied these terror organizations. And there's some nuances, as she articulated, between Al-Qaeda and ISIS, and how some of the sort of raw terrorists will just go to the place that they think they can do the most damage, whereas Al-Qaeda is looking for that big spectacle. Sick stuff to even have to talk about, and we should make sure we put the warnings on the videos for this stuff. But listen, well, let me just say this. Maybe we just say to heck with the warnings, because this is just reality, right? And we all need to man up, woman up, and adult up, and recognize that we don't live in a safe place. We have had tens of millions of people come across our border illegally. We don't know who is in the country. We have seen horrible things happen on the subway, most recently there in New York. We have seen the gang violence that's coming from Venezuela, and we just need to be adult about it and not worry about who we're offending anymore, and just say, listen, if we see something suspicious, we are going to report it. Again, it's good to have so many of you here. I want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, to like, to share, to comment. Let me know your views on things. I think the media is a big part of the problem. The media has been so reluctant. Again, as you look at the the Washington Post headline, I mean, nobody can actually say what the elephant in the room is. Just somehow mysteriously a truck drives itself into the New Orleans crowd. You have a media that is refusing to recognize this for all sorts of various reasons. You've got college campuses that are so beyond woke, they're making it dangerous for everybody else to be there. We've got to get beyond that. We've got to actually think about what is good for the majority of Americans right now.